Guys, welcome back to another Mod Review Mondays. Today we're going to be looking at one of the big dogs, CT Modding's W900 Flatglass. This mod will run you $70. It is quite pricey, and we're going to be looking at version 1 today. So everything that comes in this mod is a wheel pack, the truck itself, a light pack, engine pack, skin pack, as well as an open def. And with the open def, you can change your interior trims. It has templates for all the cabin configurations. You could change license plates, put logos on, and I think even mess with the floor on the inside of your cabin as well. So you could go in there. He gives you all the templates, everything like that. He gives you the XML file, and you can get this thing looking exactly how you want it to. This is the recommended load order right here. So as you can see, we got the wheels and tires, the truck itself, then the light pack, skin pack, the open def, and the motors. And I forgot to take that cheat mod out just so we had enough money to buy this truck, because doing all these reviews eats up your bank account. So these are the 6 mods that we'll have in today. This is what we'll be looking at. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, so here we are in the truck purchase menu, but before I forget, with this mod, you do have to change some startup commands for ATS. You gotta, he has a link to the command you need to put in there, and there's videos all over on how to do that. And you also need to go in the config file and change your buffer size so that it can load this, because there are 4K textures on this truck, and it just needs that little bit of oomph to help load it. Otherwise, you may have problems. So it is in the README in the files, but just wanted to uh, point that out before I forgot. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a couple options. We got the, and mind you, these are just all the cabin options. It really doesn't matter which one you select. You could change it in the cabin menu. So we got the day cab, the 42-inch flat top, the 60-inch flat top. We have our Aerodyne 1, which is the more old school cabin. We have the Aero 2, which as you can see is a bit smoother, newer, and then the Eagle 70-inch, which is a super old style sleeper. So we'll get into the nitty gritty and see what it has to offer. So here we are with our cabin options. Now, depending on which cabin you choose will affect which chassis you have. So I'll do that in the chassis section, but gotta let you know up front where we're starting. So we have the day cab, we have our 42-inch sleeper, we got our 60-inch sleeper, the Aerodyne 1, which as you can see with those angles, definitely an older look on that one. We then have our Aero 2, which is the newer style, a bit smoother. And then our DB Eagle 70-inch, which is literally just a box placed on your frame. I mean, this thing is, I'd say, the definition of old school. So here for chassis, depending on, like I said, depending on what cabin you choose will affect which chassis you get. So I'll go over the cabin specific ones, and then we'll go over all the ones that are just on everything. So with the day cab, you get the 4x2. Don't mind the 6x2. It is obviously a 4x2. I do wish there was a standard height one and not just a lowered though. We also have a 220-inch regular height and lowered. We have a 260-inch lowered, and then we have the 260 with a pusher, lowered with the pusher, and then with a, this is a still lift axle. It's just not steerable. It's just the it's the doubles regular, and lowered. So that's the day cab's chassis. We'll move on to the other ones. So here we are with the 42-inch flat top. This has the most options as far as chassis go. It just has a couple more than the other ones, so we'll go through the rest of them here because it also has which all the bigger cabins have as well. So we have the 250-inch exclusive to this one. We have the 270-inch 6x4, which all the bigger trucks, the bigger cabins have options for. But with the 42-inch, you get options to throw pusher axles and lift axles on the 270-inch wheelbase, which with the longer cabins, you do not. So we have the 270 pusher and the 270 tri. And then from here on out, all the bigger cabins have these options. So the 290, 290 with the pusher, 290 with the tri, and even a 310 if you want that really stretched out frame. So we'll probably keep the 42-inch cabin on for this review and keep her pushing. So here we are on the engines category, and there are quite a lot, which the pictures to me kind of look like, I don't know if it's Creech Bomb or Slav Jerry, which I don't want to take away if these are his sound, if this is these are CT sounds, but just the images kind of look like Slav Jerry's or Creech Bombs. But we have the Cummins 444, we have the 8V92T, which is old Detroit. Got the Cummins N14, 12V71T, Cat 3406E, Series 60. We also got the Cat V8 3408, good old Cummins M11, X15, Packard MX13, ISX12, N14 chipped. We got a C15, X15 efficiency series, ISX15 straight piped, and anything else? None else too crazy. So it looks like 625, 2050 is your highest, and your lowest is going to be 430. 405, 400, 370, oh, 370. So 370 your lowest, 600 your highest, 625 your highest. So we'll just throw that in for now, although there is red under the hood. I don't know if we could change that. We'll put in the ISX. For transmissions, not many options, and the gear ratios are definitely spec'd more to street hauling or over the road stuff. So we got a 10 speed, 13, and 18, all with and without retarders. So, but the 18 is only 325, so pretty low gear ratio on that thing. For interiors, it is really simple. I'll just give you a look here. It's our cabin. I cannot go into the back, but the options are whether or not we want chrome switches, pedals, and just good old accessories, our AC controls, parking brake knobs, and all that. But while we're in the interiors, I'll throw on some other cabins and show you guys what they look like. Alright, so here is the day cab. Here's our 60-inch, a bit more space in the 42, you get a bit storage there. Here is our Aerodyne 1, so as you can see it does go up and pretty boxy in here. Here's our Aero 2, looks kind of the same, maybe a bit more modern shelves, different color maybe. And what I think a lot of people want to see, the inside of the 70-inch Diamond Eagle or Eagle. You got cabinets up here, storage down there. Looks like a mini fridge. So, yep, that's the interiors. We'll keep on moving through. So like I said, it does come with a skin pack, and we see that here, and they're all color changeable. So we got our two-tone, we got our custom one, which the frame seems to be paintable in all these, and the white's your stripes. Got our custom 2, custom 3, 4, 5, let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these will probably be other accessories. So other accessories you throw on throughout. And then we have our classic custom color, and then our custom metallic. Which, as you see on this one, looks like the flake's a bit stretched. Not the cleanest flake. Especially like right there. Which I forget whose truck we looked at where it was like super fine, super tight. So not the greatest metallic, but it's there. So on to the meat and potatoes, what I think everyone really cares to see in these things, the accessories. Now, as you can see, around here it is an absolute cluster. And that is because a good bit of these are interior options, which I really wish were limited to the interior. That way they don't cluster up, you know, like air filters. Oh, that's inside vents. But it can be, there we go, like air filters. It just could get kind of lost in there. I do wish that they were on the inside, but hey, it is what it is. Let's start up here. All right, so here for bumpers, we got the option to have no bumper, which is cool. And a lot of the bumpers might have their own accessories, so we'll kind of split off and do those. So first up, we have the logger bumper in chrome or paint. We can put flaps on the front, so we have our animated ones, and then we have these ones for convoy, but as you can see, they're not really set up for this bumper. They're more of a angle for another bumper. And for lights, we have 2-inch, amber and red, and clear. We have a oval. We have penny lights, amber and red with the clear or colored lens. We have the rectangular amber with a clear lens, tiger eye amber with the clear lens. And then we have our custom plates, 10 of them here, where you can change all that in the open def. We then have watermelon lights, amber and red with the option of clear lenses. And then we have lollipop lights down here, which we will look at on another bumper, so we could put them on the side. We also, though, have the option for a tow hook. So if you have a bumper that has like a center pin here, you throw a tow hook there. So the next bumper we got is the 16-inch with tow hook. We also have it without, so it's this little slot here. But if you throw the tow hook in there, I mean, I know it fits in that square, but I feel like this is clipping on the bottom bumper. It almost, I feel like, would look better there. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think on that one. Because I know all of our trucks, IRL, you know, it's a bit further up on the bumper, but hey, who knows? And as you see right here, we have an accessory slot on the side, my bad, which what would, there we go. So we have these amber watermelon side lights, and you can have them clear as well. So those would fit there. And then we also have our lollipop lights. So this is our left one, and then we have a right one for the other side. With this bumper, we also have the option to have a swing plate on the bottom. Now there are convoy and animated. Again, convoy ones will show up in convoy. Animated will move if you're in single player, but they will not show up for the other person in convoy. And we have these ones here that have 3 plates already made, the rest in the open def, like I said. You can also throw an oversized banner on. Right, so we have the 16-inch without the tow hook area. We have the 18-inch rolled, the rolled end, with and without the tow hook. We then have the 20-inch with and without the tow hook. We got an 18-inch box end, 20-inch box end, 22-inch box end, 18-inch mitered. As you can see, just angles off. We then have the 20-inch miter, 22-inch miter, 18-inch custom miter, which maybe in the middle there. Yeah, so this one's just flat across. The 18-inch adds this little lip and then tucks it in a bit. We have the 20 and 22. Got a 20-inch curved. See, continues to shape the wheel well. 22-inch curved, 20-inch half curved, which comes down straight, doesn't flare on the bottom. And this one, as you can see, has double slots, so you might be able to do like a let's see, can you do a lollipop? No, you probably just put watermelons on the side if you wanted. We then have the 22-inch half curve, a 20-inch buzzard. So it has the curve, but also the miter on the side. 22-inch. We have the Herd Texas bumper. Paint. Ooh. And that is pulling from the skin pack. I'll have to let them know about that. We then have the paint and chrome. The Herd Defender, which, as you see the difference right there. Defender paint, paint with chrome. We got the 4-post, which will change your middle there. Paint, paint with chrome. And then the Herd Road Train. You could do that, paint or paint with chrome. Look at all those light slots too. Dang, look at those welds. So moving on back, right here we have F-Mud R and F-Mud L for front mud flaps left and right. You can take them off if you don't want mud flaps, or you can do the animated or static for multiplayer. For our guards, we have just plain chrome or the Kenworth logo cut out. Headlights, we have factory with the LED bar, factory with the visor in the LED bar. We have it factory paint, which, as you see, pulled that gray with the same options. We then have LEDs with the visor and the paint and the little LEDs underneath. We then have xenons with all the same options. And then half halo black inserts, chrome inserts, painted inserts, and you could do that with the painted shroud as well. For our grill bars, we have a single in chrome and paint, a 3, a 7, 15. We got what, horizontal flats. So these ones are not on an angle. These are just flat, straight across bars. And we have vertical flats. And then you could get rid of them all together if you just want to mesh. which we have black factory paint, diamond holes. Trying to get a close up. Diamond holes paint, Kenworth. So you got the actual Kenworth logo cutouts, Kenworth paint, round, square, 3 diamonds. As you kind of see right there. Easier with the paint. 3 diamonds with the chrome and paint. Another texture issue there. Got our horizontal chrome and then our horizontal painted. I also failed to see that right here, it's got the W900 cutout in it, which is pretty sweet. Moving up, we have our shroud, so we can do it painted and chrome and paint. So the inside's chrome, outside's paint. You can even do it with the chrome bolts, which is interesting. That's pretty cool. We have our logo, chrome and paint, paint and chrome, full paint, and standard. We have our option for handles in chrome or paint, and then we have bug shields, amber, blue, green, purple, red, yellow. We throw some chrome bull horns on there, some painted ones. What else we got? We got the swan with golden wings. That's pretty slick. We got a full gold swan, a painted one, and a chrome one. I'm surprised no regular chrome bug deflector, though. So as you can see, our paint changed, and that is because up here we can change our hood to an A model. So that gives you those round headlights and kind of pushes it down. It gives you that lowrider kind of look. So this just gives us different headlight options. So we have our standard paint with visor. We got xenons, xenon paint, xenon visor, xenon visors and paint. We have halos. Halos with the black bezel visor, paint insert, which as you can see has the gray. We got it with visors. We got the paint shroud, black bezel or insert. I call the outside a bezel, so I'm just kind of reading what's here. All paint, paint, and then just a chrome painted insert with the bezel. You also lose the option for rock guards on the front. As you may expect, there's just not enough space and realty for that. So right here we have our fender turn signals. We have the round in amber and clear. We have a square amber and clear, and the back does stay red. So just the front turns clear. We have melons, amber, gotcha, amber red, clear red. Then we have the melons again, but it kind of has the Kenworth kind of logo around it to hold it. In my mouse, I need a new one. Amber red, and then clear red. Right here we could change our hood emblem, so we have Kenworth on the side, and we could have it with the chrome outline, or we could get rid of it altogether. We do have flares if we have wider wheels. We got chrome and paint, plastic and medium, and then we have a paint big and a plastic big. Surprised no chrome big though. Before we get too far back, looking here at wheels, we could either throw 22 5s or 24 5s on. Decent quality there. We have, let's see, chrome, 4 bullets, so 2 lug nut caps. We have a chrome dome cover. This is the hub, and then for wheels we got super small 255s, 295s, Firestones, so Cooper and Firestones, And I know on this side right here, we could change this cover from chrome to paint. If we hit HD trim, that's hood trim, that's right here. We can have our regular logo, our logo with paint with a chrome background. Sorry, I feel like that side was a bit dark. Full chrome, and chrome with the regular logo. Here for steps, we have factory chrome with the painted tanks underneath and the painted sides. We got diamond plate chrome paint, the painted sides. We have battery boxes, which that doesn't look too different unless it changes over here. Does change a little bit with the battery boxes. We then have a custom short. Custom short paint. Custom short chrome, which is a bit different. Chrome and paint, full paint. Custom long chrome paint, long paint. We have it for the DPF. So if we go on the other side, it is set up for a DPF system. It has little painted brackets under there. You can do it full paint as well. So you can see the difference. The custom long versus the DPF. So that changes this side. We then have logos, which right now is highball and transport. But for these ones, you could throw on whatever you'd like, again, in the open def. So right here, kind of in this cluster, are our air cans themselves. I'm not sure why is there accessory slot there. We have chrome, low chrome, paint, low paint, chrome with no straps, paint with no straps, and then the Model A's, so the bit older school cans. Right here we have our light bars for the air filters. So we have short chrome, short paint, long chrome, and long paint. It does throw it on the back as well. We then have our air hose cover, so we could do chrome, paint, custom, or a cutout chrome, cutout paint. You could do the tube cover in chrome and paint as well. Which I think it'd be cool to have the tube cover. Well, I guess never mind, because it'd be in the same body line. Never mind. Down here we have cab panels. So right now it's just a chrome one, painted. You do a 2-inch drop down the side, and these don't change. They're the same for everything. If it has a cabin, it'll put one on. If you don't, it won't. We have chrome and paint, so the front's paint. We have a full paint. We have the chrome 2-inch. All right, they're labeled the same. I'm gonna say one's probably a 3-inch. We're gonna call this a 3-inch. And then the chrome paint 3-inch. Right above that, we have cab trim. So right now it's this chrome piece, or you could have it where there's none, or you could get rid of it, which I guess gets rid of the bolts around there. Right here we have a plug for your block heater in chrome or paint. Our door handles are plastic with chrome. You could do full chrome, or you could do paint with chrome, and it obviously changes the ones on the bunk. Before we get too far back, we have light slots up top. And there are, let's see, we have, okay, so we got amber lens, amber light bullets. We got clear ambers. We have greens. And then we have squares, orange and amber. I guess we'll throw some watermelons on there maybe. And if you have the arrows, either the arrow sleepers or the eagle, you get a whole extra row of light slots up there on the top bunk. For our visor, we have our factory paint factory. We got a tilted factory, which I never seen no one do that before. Tilted factory chrome, short drop paint and chrome, medium drop paint and chrome, deep drop paint and chrome. We then have a drop visor, paint and chrome, a short bow tie, a medium bow tie, paint chrome, a deep bow tie, which I guess does bow down in the middle a little bit. Oh yeah, it comes up a little bit. Very subtle though, very subtle. Right up here we have our horns, so we have an option of round or square. We have round amber beacons. The vents on our sleeper can be chrome or painted. Then we have some chops. We got chrome, short and deep, and then we have it painted as well. Back here we have side L, and this will actually give you slots on the cab itself. So up on the sleeper and on the bottom of the cab. And as you see, it is not on the trim, so you could kind of do some cool stuff with that. It's kind of, I feel like that's a bit old school of a style, you know. For our tanks, I didn't notice a difference when I was going through and switching between frames and stuff, so I'm pretty sure they're all the same. We have full chrome, paint and chrome, full paint, chrome with def, paint and chrome with def, paint and full paint with def, painted def part 2. We have this chrome, which doesn't have, it has different straps on it. Paint and chrome, painted chrome with def, painted chrome with the other straps as well. Okay, so I had to kind of go searching because I knew there would be an option right in here. This is your mirror node. So we have standard, our standard paint, our standard chrome with the painted bracket. We have custom mirrors, custom paint, custom chrome with paint. We got our West Coast custom, so it has the convex built in. West Coast custom paint, and then the chrome and paint. With the mirrors, you could also add lollipops. So we have our amber with red. So the first one was amber red, and then we have our clear with red. And then up top, you could throw antennas on too. So different styles. We got like our Wilson 2000 antenna, and then our antenna MP. These will be static, so they don't move with the truck when you're in multiplayer. As you can see, you can do them individually, and they're labeled differently, which is interesting. You may be wondering where the exhausts are, and that is because you select them at the very top. So we have our old school flat short in different heat shields. We have our medium length ones. We have tall ones. We have our curves in medium and tall. We have mitered, short, medium, and tall. We have a 5-inch stack, short, medium, and tall. We got a 6-inch flat top, short, medium, and tall. 7-inch, 8-inch, and then we have the different tips. So we have the 5-inch miter, We have a curved short. We got some chinos. Figured I'd skip the tall, medium, and large, or yeah, short, tall, medium, just because we could run through it a bit quicker. We got our bull hauler. And that looks like it. Now, a couple caveats to the exhaust is if you have the DPF sidestep on, you actually get a dummy stack. So this stack isn't tied into anything. And this one over here, as you can see, oh, I may have lied. I see a white pipe in there. My bad. They are tied in, but this does come out the DPF sidestep right there. And you get a couple different options. As you can see, the heat guard or heat shield is different. So we got factory, factory curved, factory mitered. You get the old school still, and all of the same exhausts up to an 8-inch. But as you can see, it doesn't come out of the side step right there. So if you want to kind of look like you're running def, just pick a factory one and it'll go down. Also, if you select the short step, you then get access to the picket style. And all that does is drop it so it comes out of the very bottom instead of right under the cab. All the same options though, 5, 6, 7, 8 inch in the bull hauler, all that, which if you're doing that, I think the bigger ones look a bit better, but that's just personal preference. So if you change your step, you'll get a couple more exhaust options. Moving on back, we do have some aero. So we have the whale tail and chrome and paint, as well as the turbo wing. And with the 42-inch and the 60-inch flat top, or yeah, 60-inch flat top and the 42-inch flat top, you get the Verishield. It's only available on the flat top sleepers. Once you go into the arrows and the Eagle, you do not have this option. This is the only one you lose. That's the only difference there. Right here on the side of the cab, you can also throw on some arrow skirts if you'd like. So right here, there's a node for frame accessories. There's one on the left and the right, but I don't have enough frame space to put it on, so I'm gonna switch it real quick and show you guys. All right, so we have our factory steps, Protect box, Protect painted, another style of Protect with painted brackets, a longer one, you can do that painted as well. You can throw the def tank on the back, so if you want to run the bigger fuel tanks and still have def, you could do that. Got that painted. We have a PTO tank, 50-gallon painted or chrome, 100-gallon PTO tank, which looks like another texture issue there. We then have a storage box in chrome and painted, and the options are independent, so you could do the same things over here. All of the same options. While I have the pusher off, in here there are options for a chrome or a painted tank filler panel, so you can do that. And right here there's a rear panel that you could get in chrome or paint as well. On the back of the cab we have slots. All cabs have slots on the back, so you can do whatever you'd like. We also have handles on the 42-inch and the day cab. Anything above that, there are no handles. So we do have headache rack options, and it will affect the setup of your trailer cable, so just be aware. We have a hose rack, so if you're doing pneumatic stuff, this is what you'd run, and you'll notice there is no fifth wheel. That will change with the trailer cables, so fear not. We then have a simple merit rack, merit with beacons, a bigger one. We got an iconic rack with slots. Also a nice beacon bar up there. We have a painted ace with or without a beacon. We do it in chrome. And as you can see, it has a hydraulic tank and lights on the sides. We can do it with chrome doors and a beacon, or painted doors and a tank. With or without a beacon. We have a big boy Protect box. We got chains on the side, steps on the side. Do that with the beacon. And yeah, that is it for headache racks. We even got one binder. So I hope you're carrying like something small, because you only got one binder. Good luck. But those were our boxes, our headache racks. For this, we also have the same options as up front. Probably want the tiniest wheel possible. And then we have fender options. So we got the poly black, poly painted, chrome, painted, and fiberglass. And we have a couple more options for dual wheels, so we'll check that out real quick. So we have some of the same things: polys, the chromes, chrome low, and as you see, painted brackets, which is cool. Paint and paint low, and then of course your fiberglass. So the lower drops on the paint and chrome were really all that changes. Our trailer cable node is going to be up here on the front. We have the regular pogo stick. We have it with a PTO line, which as you see, it adds it right there. And a tank right behind your cab. We have a Merit deck plate with recessed hookups, and you could throw a PTO line there and a PTO tank on. And I realized I started at the bottom. We also have custom chrome, which is just a flat chrome inlay with the line and with the tank. Custom paint, same traffic with the PTO. And okay, that's everything. So that's everything. For our mud guards on the rearmost axles, we have factory, Hogue built, poly single hump, painted poly single hump. We got the single hump polished, painted, half fenders, single hump polished low. Yep, so it drops those sides. Single hump painted low, half fenders low, blind mount half. So as you can see, instead of having a bracket here, they make a custom bracketing underneath, so it's just smooth. Got custom blind mount painted. We have a full paint, blind mount half low, blind mount half painted low, poly double hump polished, poly double hump paint, single hump fiberglass, double hump paint, double hump polished low, double hump paint low, fiberglass full, and double hump fiberglass. So decent bit of options on those. I do feel like the space between the fenders is pretty large. It might change outside, but it also may be so that it fits the lowered chassis, and he didn't have to make a lower and a high one for each one. And these are the rim options back here. There's a 24.5 and a 22.5 option. I put the covers on. Look pretty good. You can read the tire, which is cool. And then back here we have different plates, but we'll do the mud flaps. So we just have an animated or one for multiplayer. I'm surprised no custom flaps on this truck. We have the standard factory brackets, factory chrome, factory paint, chrome no hangers, paint no hangers, custom chrome. We got custom paint, T-bar, custom chrome, custom paint, custom chrome. And then we have taillights, I presume. Yes. So back here, we got some different options. We got 5-inch melon ambers, clear ambers, clear reds, reds, amber, clear red. We have our left brake and turn signals. We also have our rights. We have 5-inch chrome red, left and rights as well, and then a chrome reverse. So that looks like about it for exterior accessories. I really hope I didn't miss anything. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but if I did and you say, Jack, you're an idiot, you missed this very obvious thing, please let me know in the comments. I don't mind making a follow-up video to hit anything that I may or may not have missed. So let me know. Oh, also, wait. No, it's interior. That's what I'm saying. The interior stuff really like kind of messes with you because you're like, oh, I missed some, but it's an interior thing. So we'll hop into interior accessories now and see what all we could change in there. One thing I did forget, only because it wasn't available on our frame, I didn't realize it was frame dependent, is this node right here gives you stickers. So all your caution stickers about the fuel tank, pinch points, tire pressure, everything. It's only on the driver's side. Fifth wheel usage. So just a cool little feature there. Alrighty, so here we are in interior accessories. I kind of don't know where to start. I guess we'll start down here. So let's see, carpets. So we got black carpet, blue, green, gray, red, tan, vinyl rubber are custom. So yes, you can do a custom floor, texture it however you want. There are stickers on it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a painted, and then we have a wood. That is clean wood. That looks real nice. Let's see, mud flap. We have Kenworth rubber mats. We have different seats. So let's see here. We got black, blue, green, gray, red, tan, white. We have painted. I don't think I've seen a painted seat. We have our legacy, probably in the same color options if I had to guess. Yes. And then we have the low back legacies. And then black Bostrom. Bostrom. Not sure how you pronounce that, but hey, I tried. Back here we have black and gray bedding. And I don't see anything else back there. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Threshold, standard, painted, which this side you can probably see it better. We do chrome, painted in chrome, or chrome and paint. Cup holders, you could do chrome, paint, or standard. Shifter, we have the factory 10 or 9 speed, factory 13, 15, and 18. We could do factory wood top, factory wood with a, oh, adds a splitter, gotcha. Factory with the chrome insert, with or without a splitter, full chrome. We do paint and chrome. We got the extended wood with the chrome insert. Let's see, paint. We have the ball painted with or without a splitter. We have a black Kenworth ball. We have the ivory Kenworth with a splitter, black glitter, blue glitter, orange glitter, a purple glitter, red glitter, yellow glitter. All those with a splitter option. Extended painted ball, and all these are probably going to be extended of the same thing, yes. Looks like it. Oh, and then we have twin sticks. So we got twin stick black, blue, orange, pearl, purple, red, yellow, or painted. So you're on a twin stick setup too, which is pretty sweet. Let's see. Steering wheels. We have the factory 18-inch Forever Sharp. There we go. We got it painted, it looks like, with wood. Kenworth 4-spoke, wood or painted. SCI 4-spoke, wood or painted. The Forever Sharp 4-spoke. We got the old school wheel. That's pretty slick. Over here we got you Garmin iPhone 16 Pro Max set on the ELD screen, home screen, or off. And as you can see, some of the outside nodes are showing up on the inside too, so kind of got to watch what you do. Yep. Alright, so our insert here, which should be between the gauges. There you go. Standard wood, chrome, paint, custom 1. So this is, again, you could change in the open def, and you have custom 1 through 5. The dash, you could do chrome, painted, or wood. You could have lashes on your gauges, so standard paint, or custom. Our air vents, you could do factory, chrome, or paint. Interior trim, we got brushed aluminum, custom 1, and these are all of your customs that you could do in the open def. And then we have paint and wood grain. Our stereo, we could have a Pioneer system in blue, green, orange, purple, red, or the Kenworth one. We can have bus glass, so it throws this like blue hued tint on the bottom. Our coax, our pull cords, so we have, where is this? There we go. We got our black leather, blue leather, brown, green, gray, orange, purple, red, tan, white, and yellow. And you can get rid of it. For our CB, we have a Cobra in blue, green, orange, purple, red, blue. Oh, this is a different series Cobra. We have a different series Cobra in blue, green, orange, purple, and red. We have our Striker in blue, green, orange, purple, and red as well. Our mic, we have a static chrome, astatic paint, or astatic black. And I wonder if we change it, if our mic will change. Negative. All right, so same mic for all of them. Our speaker up here can be chrome, paint, or standard. Up here we have interior lights, so I assume that this would change this. No light, we have it on a beacon or on our running light switch. We have amber, blue, green, purple, red. And okay, right there we could see a bit of a difference. Then these ones will be with your running lights, amber, blue, green, purple, red. We have watermelons, which will replace that. Amber, blue, green, purple, red. And I guess if you have the watermelons, you cannot have it on the beacon. So if you want it to be toggled to your beacon, you got to have the stock lights there. Let's make sure. Door handles. Okay, so we have standard paint, and this does the glove box. Chrome, full paint, chrome and paint, paint and chrome, and that's it. We can have an ELD, so iPad home screen, iPad off, ELD tablet, iPhone ELD, iPhone home screen, and iPhone off. It looks like we could change the labels of our gauges to have Rockwood labels. I don't know about that. I don't know. Our dash here, we could do black, gray two-tone, sand two-tone, or painted. This B trim, you could do gray, tan, or painted. As you see, it kind of does the inside of the door as well. This A trim, you could have it gray, painted, or tan as well. And then so these factory lights, you could also change the bezel from paint to chrome. And right here we have our buttons. So the buttons in our pleating, we could have blue, dark gray, green, gray, red, tan, white, chrome, interesting, or paint. And the upholstery, black, blue, green, gray, red, tan, white, Seattle package, which changed our buttons, I guess. What's the difference? Do you guys see a difference? Ah, there's different pleating down there. Oh, snap. And our glove box and everything. And down here too. Okay, so the Seattle package. Gotcha. We got it in black, blue, green, gray, red, tan, and white. So, Seattle package. I've never seen that before. That's kind of cool. And you could change the buttons on that too. Alright, so I think that's about it for customization on this thing. I felt there was a decent amount. I just wish the nodes were a bit more separated so that the inside ones were only on the inside, outside only on the outside. Again, I know nothing about modding. I simply buy them and use them, so I don't know how hard that is to do or not to do, so I can't say. But yeah, this is the interior. I think we'll do an up close and personal look at lighting and call this one done. So here we are outside with it, guys, for our up close and personal. Got our lollipops on there. No wiring though. Got our penny lights. I did half with a colored lens, half with a clear lens, and then on this other side I put one of the watermelons. Got our wheels, which actually have 3D texturing. Our Cummins in there, which is one of two things I know of for sure I forgot to show off. You can change the color of your motor. There is a Cummins red, obviously, a cat yellow, Detroit bluish green, and then the Packard MX-13 has like a silverish gray. So I did forget those. I apologize. Our custom headlights, our custom Kenworth grill with the W900 cutout. Got our paint jobs looking decent. Wheels, nice chrome to them. Not as tight as Jasper, but to come with the truck, I'd say they're pretty good. Which, personally, I think this thing would look awesome with some floats on it. Some 425, 385s or 425s. Texturing on the actual intake pipe from our filter. Got our hood straps, Kenworth logo, air tanks, steps. It's great detail. The welds on our fuel tank. I did the oval clears on this panel and the clear rectangles on this panel. Exhaust pipes have the pins and the tubes do come to this Y pipe, which does actually head towards the turbo. Got front air ride. Yep, dual bags, shocks, leaf springs. Tie rod is there. We have our front flaps. Those will move when we test that. This pusher actually does not steer, so I would just run the doubles since it doesn't steer. The other thing I did forget is there is an option to put a California Clean Idle sticker on this truck, but we're obviously running straight pipe, so wouldn't have helped us anyways. We have our moto mirrors, welds on the brackets, even the little Phillips head on the lights. We've got our wire going to our mirror. Our Wilson antenna. That does go into the cab there. Our Picard windshield, even the not the shroud, our trim for it has texturing. Wipers. What else we got? Got two Wilsons on there. We have our interior, which, aside from the steering wheel, which I'm now kind of thinking is the SCS thing, our options are pretty much all there. Yep. Here's the back. Ah, I didn't realize painting those vents did these vents too. Interesting. All of our lights, speakers. All of our rivets. We have these 5-inch watermelons on the back. We'll see how those look. Our PTO tank. Whoever did this laid down some beautiful beads. We have our fill level. Can even read the cap. Yep. Let's check out our pusher axle. I think I would run the double just because that's kind of out there. Doesn't look the greatest. Brake chambers, our airbags. Our wires do go to our hookups there. And there are hoses running down the chassis to go where they need to go. 8-bag setup back here, so gonna be a super smooth ride. Brake chambers, yep. Torsion bars. Yes, sir. Our rear wheels, again 3D texture, not a 2D wheel. You can see kind of space down there. How are these hooked up? Got our blind mount brackets. Yep. All bolted in. And then hide those bolts with your T-bar. Always a good look. These are the clear turn signals, reverse in the middle, and then the 2-inch clear reds. Our fifth wheel is chromed out. Interesting texture there, because it looks smooth from here, but if you go, if I can figure out the controls, directly above it, it does look a little like there's texture to it. And then, of course, this is diamond plating. So, let me know what you guys think of this rig here. Again, it is one of the more expensive mods as far as mods go, coming in at $70. And let's show you those antennas. As you can see, they do move. And down here, our mud flaps should move as well. Well, too far, sorry. You see they do move. And before I forget, we should do a up close and personal of the interior. So as you can see, you can read everything just fine. Our parking brake thing does work. Our Jake brake switch works. Our hazards work. Cruise control back there works. Or I'm sorry. Yeah. That might be our lockers. Yeah, that's our lockers. We have our lights. And then our cruise control probably won't work because we're stationary. Our windows. Someone's moving there, so I'm gonna say that works. And then let's see, do our pedals work? Sometimes they do. Our brake pedal does work. It looks like our accelerator pedal moves a smidge. And I don't know if you guys saw that. Well, we have our turn signal stock too. But let's see, gauges all work. And I don't know if, yep, that cable works and our horn pull. But I don't know if you guys saw, but the key does move too, which is pretty sweet. So really good interior, I'd say. Everything works as it should, as much as it can with SCS. So let's do the look at lighting. Here we are in a field. And let's see, have our hazards, which is a lot. I didn't realize how many we put on. We have our headlights, our lollipop, which the red flare doesn't look like it's working on that. The red flare is working off our fender mounted one, and the lollipop on the mirror. And I didn't realize this, but this watermelon down here is actually a turn signal too. So that's pretty cool. Coming back here to the back of the truck, we have our tail lights. We have our brake lights too, super bright. And then our lefts and rights look to be working. So it might be up here, or is it just that bright that's coming across? It is just that bright. Right. So we also have our DRLs. I turned the ignition on. Those are our DRLs. Let's see, our brake lights just as is. Our reverse lights, fairly bright. And then we have our running lights. So let's see. Looks like no flares from the tail lights because they're about there. We do have a little bit off of those 2 inches. Our watermelons, let's check these out. I do like that kind of glow on the glass or plastic. There is flares. None of that star pattern, so they aren't those types. Which these, I mean, it is pretty dark, but kind of hard to tell they're watermelons even from the side. They don't really glow up that well, but they are, I promise you. Here we have our different watermelons. So we have the orange amber lens, orange clear lens. I think I put a 5-inch or maybe a 3-inch red there. We have our red amber lens in the middle, our clear lens on the far end, and then a red lensed 3-inch, I believe, right there in the back. We then have some, what I put here, clear lens, 3 inches, I think. I think these would flare. I think they're just too far off the ground. I only say that because these are right there on the step. Our lollipops are working. We got our turn signals and even the little light on the side, which is cool. This watermelon doesn't have any flares. Our clear versus amber. Once they're on, it's kind of hard to tell. If you get really up close, you can see the difference. Right is amber lens, left is clear. But they shine down correctly. Looks like the lollipop's shining down. We have our clear ovals. And I think these are either a clear rectangle. Yeah, clear rectangles. I forgot to put the tiger eyes on. I do apologize. Our cab lights. I just threw 3 amber clear lensed watermelons on there. There are lenses on there. It's just with the clear, it's kind of hard to tell. They're shining down appropriately. And then our headlights, which then turns the DRLs to orange. We have our high beams as well. So again, changes it to orange. And they do not have turn signals either, though. From here, you can tell that our interior light is already working. It is super bright in there. So we'll check it out. Super bright. We put in the blue watermelon lights. They do come on with your running lights. So everything else you put in here, the radio, the CB radio, the stereo, like it'll kind of get washed out. But everything looks good in here. Just to show you that those lights do work. Brake. Our lockers back there. And then these are our headlights. And every light you see on right now comes on with the ignition, so once you turn that key over, these will be on. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you like the truck. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is it worth $70? Only you can tell me. I obviously spent it, so that's that. So I hope you all have a good week. Hope you all had a great long weekend. And make sure to keep those wheels turning.